Hello again, everyone. Edwin Learnard back once again. In this YouTube segment, I'm going to be giving you a recap of Game 3 of the 2020 NBA Eastern Conference semifinals between the Miami Heat and the Milwaukee Bucks. And Miami went up 3-0 in this series. I mean, I was astounded. I was just kind of scrolling on Yahoo, and I saw the score, and I saw that Miami won 115 to 100 over Milwaukee. As a result, they took a commanding 3-0 lead over Milwaukee. Um, I mean, what Jimmy Butler has done for the Miami Heat has obviously been astounding, and it's bewildering and mind-boggling what has happened to Milwaukee. But I give all the credit in the world to the Miami Heat. They certainly went into the series with basically a no-fear concept. I don't believe they were afraid of Milwaukee going into the series. Jimmy Butler strikes me as an NBA player that is very confident and self-assured, but certainly not cocky. He appears to have taken this team right on his back, and he is delivered, and he has really carried them. And Jimmy Butler is someone that's obviously is an NBA player that is really evolving, and he is somebody. I mean, I think it's conceivable in the near future he may be like a top five NBA player the way he is going, especially if we're evaluating greatness by what a person does in the regular season and postseason. I understand the series isn't over, but no team in NBA history has come back from a 3-0 deficit. I doubt it's going to happen in this one. I think Milwaukee will likely win Game 4 because their season's going to be on the line. But this is certainly a devastating blow to the Milwaukee Bucks. And Jimmy Butler tonight, he scored 30 points. Um, he had, as far as rebounds, 7 rebounds, 1 steal, 7 of 13 field goal shooting, and he was 2 of 5 from 3-point land. As a team collectively, Miami shot about 38% from 3-point land. They were 18 of 47. When you shoot 38% from 3-point range, that's basically like shooting 57% from 2-point range as far as your production goes. And the thing about this is you're talking about they out rebounded Milwaukee like 49-44 in this game. This was a game where actually Milwaukee had a 12-point lead going into the final stanza or quarter, and it looked very bleak for Miami, but Miami outscored the Milwaukee Bucks 40-13 in the final quarter. They just showed a lot of resiliency, a lot of resolve. There's obviously no quit in this Miami Heat team. This was like the situation going into the series, and you're talking about Milwaukee Bucks may very well have been heavy favorites to defeat the Miami Heat. Tim Legler, who is like, I guess you could say he's an NBA analyst on ESPN, he had stated he felt confident that Miami could win this series, and perhaps he saw something in the Miami Heat as far as this series goes that a lot of us certainly didn't. The Greek Freak on Milwaukee, he scored like 21 points, but he was only like 7 of 21 as far as field goal range goes. In a game like this, he probably really needs more like 35 when you're talking about a game of this magnitude. And to me, you're looking at a Milwaukee Bucks team that really, I mean, it's really shocking considering what they did during the regular season. But what Miami seems to have done is they have seemed to take it up a notch in the series, and they are playing, I mean, like a team possessed right now. They're playing like they feel like they can beat anybody at this point in time, and they certainly have the potential based on what we've seen. I would say in the first and second round so far of the NBA playoffs that they can hang with just about. I think they could hang with just about anybody if it came down to an NBA final series between, let's say, for example, if Miami actually comes out of the Eastern Conference and they were to play the LA Lakers or LA Clippers for the NBA title, I think Miami could actually give either one of those teams a run for their money. I mean, this is something where we're obviously, like I say, with Jimmy Butler, we're obviously seeing something very special developing at this point in time, and it is obviously going to be something special to see him continue to evolve as an NBA player. Um, Someone on the I'm going to say I don't know if I'm saying his last name right, Adebayo. On Miami. He scored, he put in 20 points, and he also corralled 16 rebounds, and obviously played a pivotal role in Miami winning this game. And this is something where they're going to try to close Milwaukee out in Game 4, and they do have a good chance of actually doing that based on what we've seen in the first 3 games of the series. And Miami right now is just they've been relentless, and there's really not enough superlatives to describe what they have done, and they just likely will keep this rolling, I believe, for a little bit. And anyway, just really that's pretty much it as far as my recap goes for Game 3 of this NBA Eastern Conference Semifinals matchup between the Miami Heat and the Milwaukee Bucks. Again, Miami defeats Milwaukee 115 to 100, and again they put on such a stupendous fourth quarter, outscoring Milwaukee 40 to 13 after being down by like 12 going into the final quarter. And this is again, we are seeing something, really something really to we are really witnessing something right now that is really really spectacular. I'm just going to scroll this for a moment, people, because I just want to make sure of something in that final quarter, if I'm saying this correctly or not. Now I know they outscored. I'm seeing the final score, 115 to 100. Now what I'm trying to see though is what happened in the final quarter. I do believe Miami did outscore them 40 to 13. They outscored them by 27 points in that final quarter, and it's just something to me when you're talking about an obliteration like that. It is something to behold, and it is something too when we're looking at a game like this, something of this magnitude. It is something where we have to look at this and say that Miami is actually for real. They're not playing. They're certainly not playing around, and it's obviously a team right now that we're looking at that can be somebody to be reckoned with later on. And it's a situation too where they're going to be an evolving. This is obviously something that's, they're an evolving team. They're going to be someone to be reckoned with for some time. This is not I don't think it's a flash in the pan by any means. I think this is definitely a team right now we're talking about that could be a team that may come out in the future and be a team that will be reckoned with for some time. But again, they did outscore Milwaukee 40 to 13. I don't mean to be redundant with this, but this is just something that is so astounding. It's not even funny. And again, Milwaukee had like a 12-point lead going into the final quarter. But anyway, people, that'll conclude this YouTube segment of my recap of Game 3 between of the Eastern Conference semifinals between the Miami Heat and the Milwaukee Bucks. And until next time, people, Edwin Learnard saying stay well.